Excellent. Yeah, I think a key component to the technology that I wanted to share with you are just all the different ways that we can leverage these components and create very specific, very cost reduction oriented applications to assist you in completing that picture of your entire data estate in a fashion that allows you to take advantage of some of the cross-functional, analysis and analytics. One of the applications that very simple application where we basically allow you to check a tool out of a tool room and do it from your phone. Now, what's nice about this is you have the app on your phone, you scan the 2D barcode or the serial number of the tool you're taking out of the room, it assigns it to you, and when you come back in to return it, it's actually doing face recognition on your phone to recognize who you are, and it's also doing geofencing to analyze, are you indeed in the tool room where you should be returning the tool. So by quickly doing face recognition, quickly doing scanning of the asset that you're checking out, and then finally using geofencing, we can determine, are you within the four walls of the tool room, and thus very quickly and efficiently get you in and out of the tool room, but also give you accurate tracking of just where things are going and where they're at. Another one along the lines of a simple mobile application is to create your very own expense reporting. So instead of having to do Excel sheets or feeding things in, you have an app on your phone to do expense reporting. What makes this somewhat unique is leveraging the machine learning engine, which is part of the Azure stack. We can actually take a picture of the receipt, and simply by taking a picture of the receipt, it then determines what type of receipt it is and populates all of the values, the dates, the dollar values, etc., for you. So what used to be probably something that you would have to subscribe to that had a significant cost around it, maybe even was third party to the point, and then trying to integrate it back into your internal data estate or into your internal systems. Now you can do these things relatively inexpensively, and you're leveraging state-of-the-art technology from the machine learning capability and reducing the time it takes to for your sales team out in the field or your service personnel. Here's an example of something that was a little bit more complex from a low-code application. In this case, we have someone who's trying to get from a design, they have a very unique component and they want to manage the design to the quote process. And in this case, the Power App development involved not just a simple mobile deployment, but also a stage gate process with specific values and fields that were required to be filled in prior to it advancing to the next step. So we show this one because, as we know, there are many processes and many unique components that have to be reviewed, approved, and workflowed through your business. And in this case, it's a combination of a common data, workflow, and process management come together to automate and control and actually allow the company to take ownership of what may have traditionally been in Excel spreadsheet, floating across the organization, and not even able to analyze or report on. OEE, overall equipment effectiveness, again, maybe a little bit more advanced solution that we've deployed for customers who want a true efficiency analysis of, say, an individual production line or maybe their entire facility. And in this case, OEE can be driven through, say, a mobile app if you're in a very low-tech shop floor, or if you're looking to figure out where you want to invest in your manufacturing 4.0 or smart manufacturing efforts. You can use this OEE and you can start connecting it up to the industry Internet of Things and Azure Hub capabilities, thus allowing you to feed this not just from an individual reporting out at an end of a shift, but actually start feeding it from your other, say, ERP business applications or straight out of the registers on your machines. Shop floor reporting, again, have customers who wanted a very low code, simple, customized approach to recording, say, an hour by hour chart for their manufacturing, as opposed to hand writing it out and then potentially keying that handwritten data into Excel, never really getting into a true database environment where it can be merged or mashed up, say, with your production planning or other components. So just another great example of those capabilities. Engineering change orders, another area that we see that systemically could be partially managed in your, say, your product lifecycle management solution, could be partially managed inside of your ERP, but in the end, there's data that's floating out there that's not being collected, that's necessary for you to get a true visualization and manage your process. This is another interesting one, CapEx requests, very workflow intensive, very specific to a customer. Again, a customer, in this case, we automated the collection, the justification, and the workflow, the approval process, which the CapEx had to go through in order to be approved, and then from there fed into either, say, a fixed asset system or into the financial system. This was a very interesting use case where we had significant amounts of invoices in various formats that had to be collected, and right now the company employed several individuals to go out and read these forms or these pages, websites, enter the information, and then hopefully enter it correctly. Where there's a significant delay in time as well as accuracy, by using robotic process automation, which is again a key component of the Azure stack. The robots are able to be designed to go out, grab the information in all these different formats very quickly, and turn it into input data, as you see down below. In this case, we fed it straight into an Excel spreadsheet, which was then simply uploaded into the ERP system. But this shows you, again, some of the flexibility you have in that area. One of the applications that Brad had mentioned was container tracking. Container tracking is yet again another example of integrating, say, information from your traffic management solution or your procurement system as to, I'm procuring these overseas components. They are going to get picked up by my freight forwarder. Once I get to my freight forwarder, though, I need to know what's on the water, what's at the consolidation center, what's still waiting to be picked up at the supplier, maybe I have it on a rail or it's sitting at the dock waiting to be offloaded. And all that information generally is very time consuming to collect, or you're into an expensive EDI project, which kind of ties you into that freight forwarder from a long-term perspective, which does not make it easy to negotiate better costs. With utilizing robotic process automation, we can go out and grab this information, pull it off the websites, grab it, analyze it, and then quickly give you analytics, in this case using Power BI, give you insight into exactly where components are, where you may be able to expedite, as opposed to situations where the container is on the water and you can't physically get to it. We've saw this this demand for this became very important over the last year as our suppliers were dealing with pandemic-related supply chain disruptions. I think one of the takeaways from that we found pretty true is to innovate in this day and age, you have to have the greatest technology. And the greatest technology is always changing. And ultimately, the data estate allows you to pull that data together and take advantage of current technology, future technology, and the things to come.